dear students, welcome to the online class. So in today's session we are going to have a look on the 9th standard syllabus. So in 9th standard syllabus, that is in economics, we are going to learn about the natural resources. So in this we are going to learn about the meaning and also the types of resources, that is renewable resources and non-renewable resources, and also scarcity of resources in today's session, with having a descriptive note and also some important images regarding these topics.
Dear children, previously you have learned that human wants are unlimited, but the resources to satisfy these wants are limited, which gives rise to the problem of scarcity. Resource is a broad term indicating all the materials that humans use in conducting their economic activities of production, exchange and consumption. Among the various types of resources, natural resources are the major one sources that are available for human use. These are the gifts of nature without which the survival of life is impossible. The sunlight, water, air, forest, soil, biodiversity, mineral ores, etc. are the natural resources which are vital for survival. However, with increase in global population to more than 7 billion, it is becoming very difficult to provide even the basic amenities to a large segment of population. In this lesson, you are going to study issues related to resource scarcity, environmental conservation and reducing our ecological footprint. Let us know what is the meaning and types of resources. Natural resources are naturally occurring substances that are considered valuable in their natural form. Thus, the soil which grows food, water that supports many of our activities, the trees that give us many services, the air we breathe, the minerals that are raw materials for many products, etc. are all natural resources. Without these, our life would not have been so comfortable. Natural resources are generally classified as falling into two types: renewable and non-renewable resources. Let us study them briefly. Renewable resources means some natural resources get replenished as we use them. These resources are called renewable sources. Nature through its natural process goes on replenishing them. They are also called non-exhaustible resources. Water, land, forest, air, sunlight and heat are some examples. If you take non-renewable resources, some natural resources get depleted as we go on using them. Eventually, they are emptied and cannot be created again. These resources are known as exhaustible resources. Minerals like iron ore, copper, gold, manganese, bauxite, etc. Mineral fuels like coal, petroleum, natural gas, uranium, thorium, etc. Resources which get depleted and cannot be renewed. Nature cannot replenish them through its process, and so they are also known as non-renewable resources. Resources can also be classified as biotic and abiotic resources. Biotic resources are those that are derived from living organisms, and abiotic resources are those that are derived from non-living components of the nature. While plants and animals are biotic resources, water, soil, minerals, etc. are abiotic resources. Let us go to scarcity of resources. All our basic needs like food, shelter, clothes, etc. are met out of various natural resources like air, water, soil, minerals, coal, petroleum, animals, plants, etc. But how long these precious materials of the nature will be available for our use? The growing population, rapid industrialization and urbanization have created heavy demand on all these materials, especially in relation to our ever-increasing wants. The available resources are severely scarce. While the non-renewable resources are available in fixed quantity, renewable resources are like to be exploited beyond their regeneration rates. The main factors of increasing scarcity are the increasing population requires additional land for growing additional food and providing shelter, which is met through a conversion of forest land into agricultural land, and agricultural land into residential, commercial and industrial land. Second is growing industrialization. With increased industrialization, extraction of mineral ores, crude oil and water increase, resulting in emptying of mines, oil wells and water sources. Urban areas are those where a huge population lives in a small area. Naturally, the demand for resources and generation of waste is very high, contributing to reduction in quantity and quality of resources. Just imagine the plight of Bengaluru, which receives Kaveri water from hundreds of kilometers away, and that pure water is converted into wastewater by households and industrial units. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization, more than 50% of all types of forest, agricultural and wetlands surrounding urban and semi-urban areas have lost through conversion to other uses. In the past decade alone, about 130 million hectares of forests were lost. State of the World's Forest 2012 FAO. With greater burning of fossil fuels like coal, diesel and petrol, more harmful elements like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, soot and dust get into the air, polluting it. This reduces the availability of clean water. Water pollution and land degradation. When the human, hospital, industrial and other waste are dumped in the open space, they affect the land and water, reducing the quality as well as availability. Water is also polluted by the agricultural and household activities. Therefore, the increase in population and their increased economic activities have increased scarcity and affected the quality of resources also. Therefore, the increase in population and their increased economic activities have been increased scarcity and affected the quality of resources. However, the scarcity can be overcome by exploration and discovery of new sources of resource. Discovering substitute and alternatives like solar and wind power in place of coal power, ethanol in place of diesel, plastic furniture in place of wooden furniture, etc. Increasing the efficiency of resource use, machines that consume less resource like 4-stroke engine in place of 2-stroke engine. Government policies to regulate overuse of resources and pollution, and educating the people about conservation of resources and less polluting ways of doing everyday activities. So dear students, today we have learnt about the meaning and types of resources, and also we have learnt about the renewable resources and non-renewable resources, the scarcity of resources, in that important facts regarding the increasing scarcity like overpopulation, growing industrialization, expanding urban areas, atmospheric pollution, water pollution and land degradation all. So in the next class, let us have a look on conservation of resources in tomorrow's session. Thank you for watching this video. So in the next class, let us learn about the conservation of resources as well as reducing our ecological footprint. And also, what can you do to reduce your ecological footprint, creating some important concepts regarding the ecological footprint.